Let's start. Okay, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I was away for almost a month. Due to the fact that I have a family gathering. Over the year end. I have my family member, my brothers. They are flying in from abroad. Some are from the western, some are from the eastern. This kind of thing. So we had a very big family gathering. So I was kind of busy with them as well. And another two thing is that and the item two was that market is very low volume. All right. So this is a normal yearly occurrence. So every year, end of the year, there was no volume. It is a little bit advisable for us not to trade so much, especially the year end. Because it is there is no volume, so either the market doesn't move at all, or market move a lot without proper reason, right? So, you know, either way it is dangerous. Okay. Too low volume is a bit dangerous for the trader. All right. I mean, of course, you can make a lot of money, but also at the same time, on the flip of the another side, you can lose a lot of money as well during the year end. That's why, we try not to trade so much. Okay. Anyway, I am back here. So let's talk about what I am expecting next week. A little bit of issue here. I will explain why as well. So first of all, let's take a look on the left side. Okay, so we are considered week number 2, 2025 already. All right. So let's see what we will be having this week. Okay, first of all, we are going to have a non-farm payroll by end of this week. So this week is going to be big, and throughout this week. Okay, first of all, this non-farm payroll. All right, so we have a non-farm payroll coming up this week on Friday. So this is gonna be a very big item, and at the same time, we also have others major item coming in on the rest of the week. We have a CPI for Swiss franc, right? We have a CPI for Aussie, all this kind of stuff. And also on Thursday, all right, Thursday morning, we will be having this FOMC meeting minutes that they are going to release as well. So it is, it is important. Meeting minutes is important because it will show what are the Federal Reserve member are saying, and Reserve members are thinking. All right. So it is rather important as well. Okay, and last but not least, we will be having a non-farm payroll. Okay, so non-farm payroll is non-farm payroll have been, all right, have been like they have been like actually is dropping, but last month was actually is not so bad. So we need to see. I think going forward, this non-farm payroll this time data might not so bad as well, because of the year end effect. People on the November, December, people start to go into the holiday shopping, this kind of stuff. So I think that will be a good time for a lot of well, at least we will see a lot of movement in the employment in a good way. All right. So if we want to see any bad unemployment data, I think maybe, all right, maybe starting from January on February, something like that. Now we are January, on the February data, I think the data might show. So for a while, I expect this Friday non-farm payroll data should not be so bad. Okay, so non-farm payroll data should not be so bad. So this is on the non-farm payroll item. So let's jump straight away inside the market itself. All right. So the market, we have even though we are in on Monday, all right, even though we are just stay on Monday, all right, left side is our British pound in the future chart. On the right side is British pound also in our CFD chart. Okay, I make it a little bit big so that everybody can see. All right, so what we can see here, is that even we are on Monday only, we are on Monday. Let me show. Yeah, on Monday only, then the market have already rise up quite a lot already. You see, they all almost so-called superseded the last week one already. All right, so I think one of the reason that happening here is that there was a bit of news on there's a two item. All right, the first one is there's a bit of news on the Canadian. Okay, later I'll explain about it. Canadian, CANADA, Canada, right? Then the second one is basically is a Trump effect. All right, so recently the Trump the moment that he won he won the election, right? Trump was talking a lot about tariff, right? So basically, tariff are deflationary in general. Tariffs are deflationary. So since they are not inflationary, they are deflationary. Deflationary mean there is a very high tendency the U.S. dollar shall go up higher, right? So since he was talking about tariff, and people really got spooked out of it, right? They got spooked, and they were expecting the U.S. dollar were, they are making the U.S. dollar rise, so causing the whole everything against U.S. dollar, especially other currency, such as British pound, euro, they were to fall against U.S. dollars. Okay, all because of this tariff expectation. All right, so but anyway, this news is no longer a new anymore. They are old news now. So the market tend to be making a rebound, in my opinion. So on the this January 20th, right? January 20th, this Trump will be sort of like becoming an official president again, right? So I think market will now the this tariff information is a little kind of like out of date already. So market is going to be pull back right now, like for example, like what we are seeing right now, and they are going to see what he have to say after he becoming the official president. Okay, so I think market is moving toward this 20th January, in my opinion. So this tariff scare or tariff spook is already over. So see whether he really mean it or not. So I think the market may take some sort of like a rebound up a little bit, in my opinion. Okay, going all the way up is quite unlikely. All right, possible but quite unlikely. But rebound is highly possible. All right, so I think this is what is happening. So market is just rebounding based on the, tariff is becoming an old news. All right. So now the British pound is making a comeback. I think they are going to go back up a little bit. All right. And euro also same thing. All right. Nothing really much to talk about on them. I think they are all moving on the similar condition. They are just making a comeback to the upside. All right. So I think market might make some reversal, in my opinion. So since they are already down so much, all right, they already down so much since last September. So the whole quarter, Q4 of 2024, actually is a very strong downward move. So I think what is happening right now is the market is just making a comeback. I think they are going to go back up to some so-called important resistance level. For example, like this guy is somewhere around 1.056 level. This kind of level might be highly possible. Okay, so I'm expecting market will likely to go back up higher a little bit possibly. All right. I'm still monitoring as well. Okay. Among them, all right, if we have four of them, right? We have British pound, US dollar, all right, and this is euro, US dollar, right? And we got another two of them, right? Which is Aussie US dollars and New Zealand US dollars, right? So Aussie US dollars and New Zealand US dollar. Let me show to you. Among the four that I just mentioned to you, I am a bit more optimistic on this Aussie and New Zealand. All right. Okay. One of the reason being why I'm more bullish on, like, for example, like just to give you guys a context, we have British pound US dollars, right? We have a euro US dollars. We have Aussie US dollars, and we have another one is New Zealand US dollars. So basically, this is one group and this is one group, right? So one of the reasons that they are grouped in such a little bit in that manner, because the second group, which is this group, is considered like a bit like a commodity group, because Aussie and New Zealand they are somehow produce a lot of like a commodity. All right, so that's why they are considered commodity groups, right? So because of that, I think this if you compare these two group, I would say if the market to go back up against US dollars, I think this second group will do a lot better. All right, second group will do a lot better. So if you want to long against US dollar, all right, I mean, of course, nothing is 100% for sure, but if you want to long against US dollar, you can look into Aussie and New Zealand on the long against US dollars. Okay. Okay, this is number one reason. Okay, number two reason is that number one is a bit more of the just like a fundamental per se, but number two reason is let me take out those that no need. Okay, number two reason is that I also look at this particular information called my FS book. Basically, they gauging the gauging the position of the other trader. So normally these for normally like MT4, MT5 user. So since they are most of them are MT4, MT5 user, and put it this way, they consider retail trader, right? So I mean these are considered like beginner traders like in a way. So normally beginner traders, what they normally do is that when the market is going down, instead of selling with the downtrend, what they do is that they keep on buying. All right, they keep on buying. That means they are going against the trend most of the time, right? So until to reach to the point they are too much. That means when the market is going down, they are keep on buying. So that means they are increasing their long position, right? So until to the time the market become too extreme. So what do I mean by extreme is that when they have so much long position. For example, like they are like 80%, 85%, 90%, this kind of long position holding. That means they are holding long position with a lot of floating loss. Okay, so this is what I consider as extreme condition. So now if you look at it here, now if you have the same information that I just gave you, you look at the Aussie, right? You look at the New Zealand. You see, can you see there are two extreme going on here? All right. For example, especially New Zealand, you see the retail traders are holding plus 91%. So basically, they are about, or they are already, or they are about to burst their account, right? You see, or you put it this way, out of 100 people, 91 people are longing, 91 people are buying all the way down. So you see, they are in the, they are basically losing a lot of money and they are almost extreme really. When this kind of extreme happen, of course, market tend to snap back, right? So this is what I mean that compared to, you see the British pound is only like plus 62%. Another one is Euro is around like a plus 53%, right? Another one is Aussie and New Zealand's are almost 80s and 90s, right? So that's the reason why I mentioned that compared to the first group, the second group, which is Aussie and New Zealand, I expect market to move up if they were to move up higher, compared to the group one. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. So from this analysis, right, I would say if the market were to go up against US dollars, I think Aussie and New Zealand shall lead the sort of like a move to the upside. Okay, all right. So now I have done for some of the forex pair already. Now let's talk about gold. Okay, now let's talk about gold. Okay, what happening to gold is that gold is they are pretty much in the very big wild range, in my opinion, wild swing or wild range at the moment. All right, of course there are certain parameters that I'm looking at as well. Okay, just to give you a context, right? You see, since on this particular candle, which is a weekly candle, I mean we are talking about somewhere since second week of November. All right, you can see that actually there are some hidden buying coming in gold actually, right? They are not really so strong. I mean, they are not so strong. That means they don't want people to know that they are buying secretly, put it this way. So, market go up, market go down, market, go sideways, this kind of stuff. But what we need to aware is that they have been quietly so-called accumulating the position here. All right, because of course, they will do this is what we call it range bound, right? Market will do a lot of range bound. The longer they range bound, the stronger the next breakout will be. All right. So basically, what is gold doing right now is they are doing a lot of so-called hidden buying, in my opinion. That's the reason why. And of course, when they are buying, they don't want market to rise so fast because you know if they keep on buying during the very strong uptrend, their average price will be a lot higher. So when they are in the range, easier to accumulate slowly. All right. And if you look at it closely, I hope I can show you here. All right. If you look at it closely, and let's take a look on the last 2 weeks. All right. Let's take a look on the last 2 weeks, right? So you can see here, all right, in normal case scenario, their weekly volume is around 1 million ounce, right? Their volumes are nearly 1 million, right? They are average around 1 million, all right? But if you look at last 2 weeks, right? If you look at last 2 weeks, they are not even 500,000. So, that's the reason why I was mentioning in the earlier part of this video, careful when the market is on the holiday mode. You see, the volume simply just collapsed, right? So we can say this 2 weeks consider, we shouldn't be so-called concerned about this movement on these 2 weeks. All right. So if we look in the context, market stay in the very pretty much in the range bound, in my opinion. All right. I am slightly bullish. All right. But we need to see very strong indication first. Okay, let's say, I just give you an example. Let's say next week we have a very strong bullish candle, which is very likely, and we have like, for example, like 1.5 million volume. This kind of information, I think we will have a so-called potential of high breakout, in my opinion. All right. So this week I won't be actively longing or shorting yet, but I am expecting market to show some bullishness. And let's say, like just like what I mentioned, we have a very strong bullish candle, then okay, 水了, we can look for a further upside move. So if you ask me to choose, Joy, I know you mentioned that market is in the range bound mode, but what is the breakout direction gonna be? I would say quite likely is going to be the up move, uptrend. Okay, so I will be slowly scouting for it. Let's see market show more evidence. I will just pounce on that. Okay, so this on go. So I expect market might be going up and starting to show the so-called intention soon. Okay, so meanwhile, just try not to aggressively trade on gold right now. All right, because they are range bound. I don't want you to get trapped in the market. All right, so this on go. So I just mentioned about all the forex pair against US dollars, and if you ask me to choose, I think Aussie and New Zealand in the front is quite good. All right, go. I'm not so keen just yet. All right. Okay, and there's something I want to mention. Okay, there's just two more to go. All right, let's just finish up because we just came back from very low volume weekend. All right, so I don't want to talk so much yet because I also want to see how this week candle bring. Okay, I want to talk about this guy. All right, US dollar Canadian. All right, US dollar Canadian. We have been going up for the past almost the whole month of November and December. But you see, today something just triggered. All right, so what really happened? I'm sure a lot of you know already, right? This Canadian Prime Minister about to resign, right? Or he will be resigning. Likely he will be resigning this middle of the week. I think Wednesday. Okay, so about this so-called resignation, right? Is it really market didn't know, or is there anything that we can read from it? So you see, for example, like here, actually since middle of December, you see there is some indication of weakness in the market. You see the volumes are kind of like a little bit getting weaker and weaker. All right. You can see there's a lot of negative selling coming in, or a negative pressure coming in the market, even though the price actions are actually quite bullish. So this is the kind of divergence that we should be pay attention to. Like price action is bullish, right? Price action is bullish, but volumes are not really strongly bullish. By right, price action is bullish. For example, the volume should bullish as well, is to indicate that the market will likely to continuously go higher. But this is no longer a case here. You see, somewhere since starting of December, even though the market is going up, but actually we are seeing some selling inside the candle itself. So now what happened? Of course, you see they are almost selling per week is about 7 billion volume, 7 billion, 7 billion, 6 billion, and of course same thing again. Last 2 weeks only 3 billion. So we can say almost negligible on this guy. All right. So you see, no wonder we are seeing a sell right now. So you see, put it this way, in another word, market have been wanting to sell for the past few months already. Okay, so now where the market might go. All right, so this is already we know already. Hey, Joe, why are you telling me, which I can see? Okay, yes, you see the market is selling now, right? So where the market might go, you can see this is the first case of negative. Am I right to say? Correct. So I won't be surprised market really drop back to this region. Okay, we are talking somewhere around, like for example, like just to give a easy number, 1.405 region. So let's say you have this kind of information and this kind of probable nature. Of course, nothing is 100%, huh? But probable nature, you see the market can go down nearly 250 points to the downward. Maybe go down, may not go down, but the likelihood is there. So you see, if you have this kind of knowledge, I mean, you can build a case on that, and you can try to trade a bit on that that knowledge that you have. You got what I mean? So I am expecting we might have a potentiality of 250 points or 250 pips setups coming up. Okay, so I think going forward, US dollar Canadian in particular, Canadian will get stronger. It's mean, US dollar Canadian will go back down, in my opinion. All right, this is something that I'm really looking at. All right, and last but not least, Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin, I also look at using the volume, but slightly different because Bitcoin, we have other data as well, such as open interest, such as volume delta, this kind of stuff. So I use a little bit slightly differently. All right, but anyway, the so-called the theory behind it is the same. Okay, so now let's talk about Bitcoin. It's on the weekly time frame. Okay, you can see that we have a Bitcoin hit around like a 105,000, right? 105K, right? So then on that particular week, right, market have a very strong sell down coming in, right? You see, we have a very strong sell down coming in. And if you look at it here, on the particular week also, right, we have a very strong volume coming in on here as well. So you see, the volume were kind of like put it this way, volume were kind of less negative for the past few weeks actually, since August. All right, not even few weeks, few months. Since August, the selling is not really strong at all. How do we know? Because you see, every time they sell, it is never really never really able to break this level. So you see the selling is getting lower, and of course buying is getting a little bit higher as well. Not say the best, but a little bit higher as well. So but this week, which is this particular week, right, change everything. You see, they are in the sort of like a uptrend, right? That means the selling is getting lesser and lesser. But you see, that particular week really spooked everybody up. We have very strong selling coming in then, and I want you to be a little bit careful on that. All right. So this particular week, which week was that? Let me just read out for you. 16th of December. So that means week number 3. All right. Please be very careful. There's a very strong strength coming in on the sales side. Okay. So market is now making a retest. I think they're just retesting here. I will be very cautiously careful. All right. Example, if these two things happen, I will be back to bullish strongly. Number one, if this open interest really break above this line, right? This line that I just draw, that means they have really overtake the previous high, right? That means the bullishness is coming back. And then I will say, okay, we are back onto the bullish, it will go to what? 1,500 or 150K, whatever, and we are back on the bullish trend, provided this number one happen. Okay. And number two, all right, you see this so-called selling is so strong until it's put a lot of so-called position out, and moreover, you can see this so-called buying not yet really strong at all, not really strong at all, sorry. So number two, unless we see a CVD really go above this, something like this, then I will say we are back to the bullish mode. Okay, I have a few incidents whereby we have say, hey, Joy, one day you say that, another day I say that, I say this. Okay, we have to follow the market. Okay, of course, I will do my best to do a prediction, but the market change. Okay, market change, so that we cannot like fight the market. The moment we start fighting the market, we are not in line with the market. So like I said, there's a two condition. All right, I just let me rephrase. Okay, this sell down is kind of huge. Please be careful. This is number one. Okay, so if there's any sellback selling coming back in, they can easily go back down lower, at least for example like 90,000 or this kind of level. Okay, this is number one that I want you to aware of. And number two and number three, for example, I will be back to bullish unless, I mean, if this open interest really climb. Another one is this CBD start to really pick up above this also. So either one happen, I will be back to bullishness. Okay, so just to summarize for the weekly ahead. Okay, this week we will be having a non-farm payroll. All right, and last 2 weeks have been a very low volume, so I want to wait for at least one more week for a better so-called analysis. So actually, I want to do next week, but why not we do this week to let you guys know. But among all this so-called uncertainty, I am thinking this, for example, like US dollar Canadian short setup might be, might be unfolding, and it have a little bit of high chance scenario. Okay, so guys, I think that's it for today. All right, thank you very much. If you have no other setups or no other items to take a look, I would like to suggest you to take a look potentiality of shorting on US dollar Canadian. Okay, this is not a trade recommendation, but this is what I'm looking at. Okay, so guys, thank you very much. If you think this video is good or something like that, you can share this video. You can like this video. All right, I will do my best. Anyway, this is 2025. Let's do it regularly again. Okay, so thank you very much, and yeah, have a great week ahead. Okay, and good night for now. Thank you very much. Bye bye.